Okay, so the 3 learning objectives that I'm going to touch on today. The first one is to be able to understand how much sugar that we actually drink throughout the day. The second one is to be more educated on what is and what isn't good for you to drink. The third is to persuade them to hopefully make better choices about what they drink in the future. Now, after I explain these learning objectives to them, I would like to ask a few questions. One being, what do you guys drink on a normal basis? Have a few of them raise their hands and answer. What's your favorite go-to drink? If you didn't worry about the sugar, you didn't worry about the calories, anything like that, what's your favorite drink that you just really, really love? Have a few of them answer me. And then to start the PowerPoint, I would ask my title page, what does it mean to drink healthy? Most people don't know. Let a few students raise their hand and answer. People don't realize that drinking healthier can affect their diet in such a good way. Water is the best thing for you to drink, but it's not the only thing that can be healthy for you if you get tired of water. Did you know that water provides everything the body needs to restore fluids lost through metabolism, breathing, sweating, and the removal of waste? It's the perfect beverage for quenching thirst and rehydrating your system. Water should be the beverage you turn to most of the time. Now, the first 7 slides of my PowerPoint should take about 15 to 20 minutes explaining and going through. Kids always have extra questions, got to prepare for that. And then, so after that slide, I'll ask, what are some healthy options to drink? What are some other options? Who all likes coffee? Have them raise their hands, answer, up to 3 or 4 cups of coffee or tea a day appear to be fine. Green tea, especially the strong variety served in Japan, has received attention for its potential role in protecting against heart disease, while coffee may help protect against 2 types of diabetes. Now, this type of coffee, though, it doesn't mean that you get to add cream and sugar and whipped cream or whatever else, other flavorings that, you may like in your coffee, because then it can turn into a not so healthy beverage. Then I would go on to ask, what are some other suggestions for drinks that, you may like that you think are healthy? Then we'll go to the next slide. Low fat and skim milk. Now, I would ask the students, I'm sure you guys have at least tasted, if not drank milk once or twice in your life. What's your favorite type of milk? Is it whole milk? Is it 2%? Is it 1%? Is it skim? There are a lot of people that don't particularly like skim milk or 1% because they say it tastes like water. And then there are a lot of people that don't like the 2% and the whole milk because they say it's too thick, it tastes like cream. So so the first thing I would do is just kind of get a feel for, what they like. It says that low fat and skim milk are better for you just because it has less fat in it. For children, milk is a key source of calcium and vitamin D. Fortified soy milk is a good alternative source of calcium and vitamin D for those who prefer not to drink cow's milk. Both are also good sources of protein and other essential micronutrients. So then I'd go on to the next slide, more information on what's other healthy drinks. So this one is no calorie sweetened beverages, and also beverages with a little bit of calories with also some nutrients. So this includes fruit juice, vegetable juice, sport drinks, vitamin enhanced waters, and even sometimes alcoholic beverages. Each has its pluses and minuses, just like with everything. 100% fruit juice has most of the nutrients of the fruit itself, and it helps deliver more energy for you. The dietary guidelines for Americans recommends no more than 1 serving of 100% fruit juice as part of the daily fruit intake. I would then, ask the class, who likes Gatorade? What's your favorite kind of Gatorade? And just inform them that even though some sport drinks can be good for you, they also can be not so beneficial if you drink too much of them without exercise, without a proper diet. Anything that's not water mostly has sugar in it. So the next slide is a picture, and it has a bunch of information just about water, the tea and coffee, the low-fat milk, the fruit juices with nutrients and stuff like that, everything that we just went over, what is beneficial for you to drink, and all of it in proportions. So the next slide has a picture, and it says, you wouldn't eat 22 packs of sugar, so why are you drinking them? Off to the side, I put a link for a YouTube video, and it's called How Much Sugar is in a Can of Soda. And basically what the video entails, and this will be our first activity as well. Excuse me. So what the video entails is a guy explaining how much sugar is in a can of soda. He pours the can into a saucepan, boils the water down to where it's just the syrup sugar that's left, and it just shows you how much sugar is really in Coke. And I would let them watch that. The video is 4 minutes and 9 seconds, I believe, so I would stop it at 3 minutes and 21 seconds, just because after that it gets a little bit monotonous, and I would like to keep the kids' attention. So after I stopped it, we would talk about the video, if they had any questions, stuff like that. Then I would break them up just into 2 groups, and we would do this experiment, 2 saucepans, like 1 for each group, pour the Coke in, boil it to get just the syrupy sugar that's left, for them to actually see how much sugar is in Coke. I expect that this would take 10 to 15 minutes with everybody doing it, and as well as all the questions involved. And the next 2 slides, after we get done with that activity, the next 2 slides that I have are just reasons why you should stay away from soda. I have 8 of them just numbered off. Would read them to the class. After those 2 slides, again, I would ask, are there any questions or comments or input that any of them had. We would discuss that, and then for the second activity, we would break up, and in the video that we had watched earlier, the guy suggested to get a glass of water and put 1 teaspoon in there, take a drink and try it. And then add 2 and add 3 and 4 and get up to, I think it was like 12 teaspoons, just to show you how much sugar is in Coke, and how disguised it is, and you don't really realize it, but when you're drinking it in water, you can actually, you realize and you taste, how sugary that water is. And it's just a good way for them to interact and for them to learn by doing it themselves. And this activity should take 10 to 12 minutes, in both of the activities for Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, I will have used the verbal linguistic, the visual spatial, the body kinesthetic, the intrapersonal and interpersonal. All of those things just come into play with those activities. So that's how I would teach my class.